If you could have any one piece of content added to Battlefront 2, what would it be? It could be literally anything from Star Wars. Drop a comment and let me know. Welcome back to the Star Bazaar and to another Battlefront 2 discussion video. Thank you for tuning in. Today we have a pretty interesting topic actually, and depending on how you feel about it, this may actually be some disappointing news for some. If you're new to the Bazaar, welcome. I'm glad you found your new favorite Battlefront 2 channel. We do news updates, discussions like this, and just great Battlefront 2 content. So, if you like the video, consider subscribing.
Do it.
We as players usually always talk about what we want to see in the game. Every month brings a new update, as well as new speculation for what could come out the next month. We always focus on what could come to the game. We don't really stop and think about what couldn't. I recently came across a message from our community manager, Jay, on Discord, regarding two things that we will never see in Battlefront 2. Specifically, Jay says that these two things are completely off the table, meaning there is simply no chance we will ever get them in the game, most likely due to restrictions from the executive sides of EA and Lucasfilm. Those two things are Youngling Hunt and Hutt Slayer Leia, otherwise known as Slave Leia. If you wrote either of those in the comment that I had you write in the beginning, this is the bad news I was talking about. Sorry to disappoint. But that inherently also means that everything else that is Disney canon Star Wars has the potential to be content in Battlefront 2, so the silver lining is kind of huge. So let's talk about why these two things are off the table, starting with Youngling Hunt. First off, this would be an entirely new game mode, a game mode with a very specific objective. The obvious reason it's off the table is in the name itself. You're literally hunting and murdering children. That's not exactly something most games would want to promote, especially for a family-friendly IP like Star Wars. This does concern me a bit though, because I think I speak for a lot of fans when I say I would love some kind of Order 66 mode in Battlefront 2. And if Youngling Hunt is off the table, that might be troublesome when it comes to adding a mode like that. Of course, there is an easy way around it, by making all the target Jedi adults, and having no children involved at all. It would just be Jedi Hunt at that point, which I think is something DICE would be able to work with. The way I see it, the issue is in the implication that children will be killed, and that's just something that EA cannot allow in a game like this. So now let's look at Leia and her Hutt Slayer or Slave Leia appearance from Return of the Jedi. I just wanted to look at it. But for real, as cool and unique an appearance that it honestly is, there really isn't anything else like it. It's most likely off the table due to the sexual nature of it. As we touched on a minute ago, Star Wars is meant to be a family-friendly IP, and while, yes, the appearance is from a Star Wars movie, the idea of making a skin means you are putting exclusive focus on that appearance. Chances are, most people would be interested in a skin like that mainly for the sexual nature of it. I would be, I'm not gonna lie, it's hot. But Star Wars and Battlefront 2 isn't about sexualization. It's not meant to focus on that kind of thing, and a skin that completely focuses on that is out of place in a game like this. Now, would it be a smart financial decision?
Possibly.
You have to look at it from both sides. If they develop a Hutt Slayer skin and sell it as a legendary for 80,000 credits, that's a potential $20 per person who is interested in the skin. I know I would not be the only one who would happily drop 20 bucks on it. That's a lot of possible revenue for DICE and EA. On the other side, I imagine the player base of this game is dominated by players under the age of 18. Battlefront 2 has an E rating, so I can easily imagine some angry parents calling EA about an appearance like this, since it's definitely not E for everyone. So bottom line, the reason these two things are completely off the table, it's too risque, it's too provocative for a game like Battlefront 2, and that is why we will never see either Youngling Hunt or the Hutt Slayer appearance brought into the game. Drop a comment and let's get the discussion started, guys. Let me know what you think about Youngling Hunt and Hutt Slayer never coming to the Battlefront. Personally, I never expected the Leia appearance, though I could imagine some kind of Order 66 mode if DICE decides to spend resources on something like that. But that's all for this one. Thanks again for stopping by the Bazaar. Hit that thumbs up button if you like the discussion, and that's going to do it from me. This has been your boy, Turkish Delight, and I'll see you all out on the Battlefront. Peace.